Okay. Hello everyone, Artemu the Violet Wizard here, and today we are continuing Rayman Origins. Last time, we took care of everything we could do in the desert by completing the Grumbling Grottos area. And today, we are returning to the fresh and fruity areas up here, into luscious lakes. So this should be an interesting session compared to how things were last time, where I got a little exhausted and frustrated at a few points, but hopefully we're going to have a more positive time as we jump into this world. Because we got ourselves a lot that we got to go through here, and hopefully we're able to get through this one a bit better. And hello, Jacob Rose, welcome to the stream here. So let us hop into Dragon Soup, the first level here in our journey through the luscious lakes. Already off to a good start with this very festive music here. Definitely has me excited to be in this part of the world. Like I said the last time we were in this section of the game, I just really love the feel of this area. And just all of the, like, references to Latin culture that you can find in this world. It is so good. It's one of my favorite areas aesthetically. So of course, we got a lot of these dragon chefs we gotta deal with. So I'll be doing a lot of food prep over here. It's got these jumping beans that we can go on in order to deal with some things. So I'm probably gonna need to jump onto these guys to grab onto this, and then we can bounce off the wall here to grab this secret over here. And we got ourselves another flight area, which I'm always down for these flight stages. Oh boy, this is definitely giving me some Toho vibes, with just all the fire projectiles coming at us. There's not really any enemies we have to worry about here until the very end. It's mainly just the fire you gotta watch out for. Blast that last guy, and then we can grab the Electoons. Yeah, pretty good bonus stage, all things considered. Being in this world, and just with the aesthetic of this place, I love this little sausage guy. And you're able to bounce off the sausage in order to grab some stuff here. It's like that fist power-up. Definitely want to grab this. So with that, we should be able to fire our fists as projectiles against some enemies. Like these guys over here. Let's grab that heart for some additional good stuff. I feel really good about playing this game again. So I know the last session was a little hit and miss for me personally, but I'm just really happy to be playing this game again, since it's been one I have been very excited to replay ever since, like, my childhood and stuff. Alright, I see that coin over there. Just quickly grab that, and then want to head over this way to grab another coin. Whoa! Excuse me, little beans. So I need to just quickly hop on you. That's an interesting comparison you made there, Jacob. I haven't actually watched Jujutsu Kaisen myself, but I have heard it is pretty good. And I have seen a little bit of that series by Death Battle, since a few of their characters have been featured on that web series for quite a bit. Alright, that was an interesting section. like having to maneuver yourself around these swinging meat tenderizers up there. Yeah, we've handled yet another section there, getting us some more Electoons. And we should be good to just head around to the end of this area. I mean, we still got a lot we gotta do here. So making some good use of our small form now, as we're maneuvering through here. So we still definitely got a lot of... Oh, wow. It's got this pepper shaker here we can use as a platform. I want to try and get up high here so we can grab these guys. Yeah, we still got some more... we still gotta get these Lums. Oh, come on. Oh, boy. Alright, let's try this again. Just shake things up here. Yeah, while we're in an obviously food-themed area here in this game... Oh, come on. Just thought I would mention a little bit about what's been going on with me at the moment. So I'm currently at the start of a 2-day break from work. And I thought it'd be nice to head downtown today in order to grab some lunch, which was very nice. I went and grabbed some chicken at Popeyes. So that's a place I really like, but I haven't been to in a little while, so I was definitely very happy about going there. And yeah, I've had a pretty decent meal there. It's definitely very good. Ow. Oh, come on. I will say that it was definitely very busy at the Popeyes when I visited there, which was a little annoying, but wasn't too bad. And food obviously was real good. So really enjoyed the chicken and the seasoned fries that I grabbed there. Just so delicious. Definitely one of my favorite places to go to get chicken. And so what else was I thinking of mentioning? Yeah, I'm still just kind of relaxing at this point since I've been working an awful lot the last couple of days. So yeah, I'm just very happy to have a break from work at the moment. Especially because yesterday was pretty hectic for a number of reasons. Like that we have these spoon platforms here. Oh, woo! Just barely managed to save myself. And at this point, we actually have enough Lums in order to get the big reward at the end that we need. Again, I'm not too worried about grabbing the medals. They are obviously nice to get, but not too worried about them. Come on. Ray, you are being very weird at the moment. There we go. So yeah, we got everything we need to get the Electoons, so not too worried here about missing out on some stuff. I got this part where the shakers will just try to crush you. been mostly chilling today. Oh, it's got this pepper guy we can deal with. Just smack him. He does the will hell scream. And we are at the end here. Just let the forks take those guys out. Oh, would you look at that? We actually have enough to get the medal. Nice. This is a pretty good run of that level, all things considered. It just feels very nice to be returning to this world. Because I just love the aesthetic of this place. And just very nice variety and theming to it. So yeah, that was pretty good. Now that opens up the path to... You're on fire! So it looks like we actually have a flight level here. So it's pretty nice that we get a few of these every now and then. Just avoid the knives there, and we should be good to fly. So while we're going through here, what's some other things I wanted to bring up? I'm probably gonna try to concentrate a little bit, because these flight sections can be a little hectic. So grab that King Lum. Thank you. So yeah, between all the enemies and also the columns of fire that are going to be shooting at us, I definitely want to concentrate here. I could take this time to briefly mention that the channel has been pretty interesting at the moment, as I have been uploading the VODs from when I streamed Stardew Valley on my Twitch channel way back in the day, and it's been pretty fun uploading those VODs. And it's been pretty cool getting to relive those memories, as a game I have a lot of love for, and I am very excited to eventually get to play that game on this channel someday. As we can see here, we have now transitioned out from the fiery section of this land into the icy section. It's definitely very nice to head into this area again, because I love this aesthetic as well. Just all the ice everywhere and all the fruit serving as like platforms and stuff. It's a really cool aesthetic they got going on here. Then, of course, we got these butler dragons that we can deal with. Oh! That was pretty close there. Alright, so over this section, you see that big guy in the background? Yeah, he's gonna be pretty important in a moment, as that's the next boss that we gotta deal with. He frickin' ate that giant castle in the background. And now we got some obstacles we got to avoid here that he is spitting out. Ow. Ah, that was very nasty. So yeah, this part we just got to avoid all of the stuff that's going to be raining down on us. Whoop. Wow, that was close. Woo! So definitely want to concentrate over here if we're going to have an easy time with this section, so... Woo! Yeah, this definitely is wild. Okay, made it to the end, and we should have enough to get all the Electoons. Bam! So it's definitely very fun fighting our way through the fire, and now we're back into the ice. I definitely like the transitions between the different areas that we got in this world. Just the contrast between the fire and ice sections are really cool. And how they all have these different vibes, yet they're connected together very well. And obviously we got that big guy that we have to deal with eventually. So moving on from here, we are heading into Fickle Fruit. Alright. Huh, fickle fruit. That's just describing me. Alright. Not enough about that, because it is time to move on. Woo! Alright, so this is gonna be pretty interesting, because we gotta deal with ice physics at this point. Excuse me, Mr. Butler. Oh yeah, those guys can actually breathe fire if you're not careful, so you gotta watch out for that. And we can shrink ourselves down over here. But yeah, the ice around here is definitely gonna make this section a bit tricky to work our way around. But we should have a decent time of this. So I think if we go up here, we should be able to run up the wall and get to a secret. Alright, what's something else that I wanted to mention while we were just going through this part? I guess I could say that over the last couple of days, I've been trying to play a few different games that I've had an interest in replaying for quite some time. Alright, so I want to go to the far right here to get this guy down. But yeah, but lately I've had the desire to go back and play a game that I've had a lot of experience with, and one that I've had a big desire to replay for some time, and that is Subnautica. Due to the recent release of the early access version of Subnautica 2. And that's definitely a game that I'll want to try and play at some point, but I want to wait a bit later before I jump into that. Just want to see if they can get some more content into that game, because I definitely like to get to experience games to their fullest, and it definitely helps when there is a good amount of content for me to get to experience with them. But from what I've seen online, Subnautica 2 is looking pretty darn good. So that'll be fun to jump into at some point. But yeah, been definitely having a blast replaying Subnautica again. It's a game I really love with its core gameplay and just the world that you get to explore. It's fantastic. And it's definitely a game that at some point I would like to play for this channel. It's gonna be a little while before I eventually jump back into it, but wow, that was weird. Just having no platform to be on, just wow. Okay, we are done there. Jump down, buddy. Crush that guy, and we should be good. So, it's definitely been very fun revisiting Subnautica. And there's also a lot of other games that I've been meaning to revisit sometime soon for a number of reasons. So namely, one of my fellow streaming friends has been streaming the game Paper Mario very recently, and she actually managed to finish the game very recently, so I'm definitely very happy about that, and it's been very fun getting to watch her playthrough of the game, and I'm very excited to eventually jump into playing it for the channel myself, and it's just gonna be a little while, because after seeing that playthrough, I am a little Paper Mario'd out, so definitely wait a while before we jump into that, but I know I could probably see myself playing that game sometime next year, perhaps? I feel like that would be a fun time. Alright, I'm thinking we'll probably want to try to get up here. I believe if we just jump with the ground pound, we can launch ourselves up. We can grab a skull coin. It's very good. Then want to carefully maneuver past these spiky fruit. Woo! Then we got this guy up here. Yeah, I don't know. We don't have an easy way to... Wait. I know how we can get you. There we go. There we go. Take care of that guy with that. And, of course, in terms of other stuff that I've been doing recently, I've, of course, been trying to do some... I've been revisiting Animal Crossing New Leaf, mainly so that I can try and complete my museum, as I only have, like, 2 pieces of artwork I needed to get in order to finish up the museum. Sadly, I haven't had any luck getting the artwork I need, because all the times that I managed to have Red appear on my island, or whenever he changes up his inventory on Harv's Island, he's either just had artwork that I've already purchased, or all fake art. Which is a shame, because at this point, the only art I need from him is the kind of art that is always genuine. So I'm going to always know for certain whether the last piece of art we need are going to be the legit stuff. That'll be fun to eventually get to finish my collection, but it's going to be a little while. But anyway, like this part where we got this little block of jello that we can bounce on in order to break through the ice here. Alright, just managed to take out that guy somehow. Yeah, it was an interesting room. Definitely pretty brief, all things considered. Which, at this point, I'm all for, especially because this game can get pretty challenging. Alright, is there a way that we could... smash these guys, and go up here. Smash these blocks. Very good. Woo! But yeah, in terms of other stuff I want to do pretty recently, there's definitely a number of Final Fantasy games that I would like to get back into at some point. It's been a while since I played through a couple of them, and there's definitely some good ones that I want to try and finish. Like, I haven't finished Final Fantasy VI, which is still crazy to me. That's another game that one of my friends has finished streaming, so I would definitely like to finish that at some point. And in terms of other stuff, so I did start playing Final Fantasy VII Remake this year, but I haven't actually managed to finish that yet. But that is definitely a game I would love to get through the rest of, because there is just so much that we have still to do. Like, the last section I did was all the stuff in the Midgar sewers after Don Corneo's mansion. So, yeah, definitely have a lot we got to go back to do. Especially because the next section is pretty interesting with the sort of a train graveyard area we gotta do. So that's sure to be a blast to do, considering what I've managed to already accrue when it comes to knowledge on that particular area. Yep, it's sure to be a fun time. Alright, this is a bit interesting, because for this one, we just got to get the orange guy here to bounce into the pit, and we are good. And we have more than enough to get the medal at the end of this stage. So yeah, that's definitely a pretty fun run of this level. Good stuff. And obviously there's some other games that I've been wanting to revisit. However, I want to save those games for when we are going to be streaming them on this channel soon. But trust me when I'm saying they have games that I am really excited to get into. Especially because one of them I promised to do last year, but because of my computer problems, I didn't get around to doing it in 2025. But hopefully sometime soon we will be able to finally jump into it. Ooh, looks like we got another racing stage here. Ice Fishing Folly. Alright, so this is definitely going to be pretty fun here. So we got ourselves another racing stage. And hopefully this one goes a bit better than the last one we did. We obviously got to deal with ice physics in this one, but we'll just try our best. Just gotta chase after this chest, maneuvering our way across the ice flows, and watch out for all the spiky fruit. Let's go to part. We gotta maneuver our way through the water, so make good use of your swimming skills in this section. Otherwise, we are not going to catch this guy. Oh, darn it. Don't tell me we were right at the end. I slowed it down at one point and that really messed with me. Okay, I have a good feeling that we should be able to get this. I don't know how many attempts this is gonna take, but with these kind of stages, persistence is key. And obviously you don't want to slow down for even a moment. Ow. Okay, that was bad. Definitely bad. Ow. Oh boy. We're definitely gonna get this chest. No matter how many hits we gotta take here. I definitely like the addition of water in this racing stage, since this area kind of has an unfrosty drink vibe to it. So obviously including like water sections is definitely very fitting, especially since we now have the ability to swim, which is going to make these sections a bit more interesting to go through. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Yeah, we are really slowing down here. This is not going to be good. All right. come on. This is not as refreshing as what this area's theme would imply. It's like really tricky here because of the ice. Feeling like doing dash attacks every now and then is gonna be good for getting a boost of speed in certain parts. I'm feeling like that will definitely help me out here at points. Knowing when is the best time to speed up here would be really good. Oh, damn it. I have an extra heart here if we could just... Oh, come on. We were just at the end there. I don't want to think I need to switch to a different character, because we should easily be able to do this with Rayman. It's always at the end for whatever reason. I just slow down on one of the platforms. Again, it's probably the ice physics messing with me here. I really feel bad about losing that heart, because I need these. There we go! Gotcha! Whew. That didn't take as long as the one we had to do in Grumbling Grottos. And we should be pretty close to the end of this world now that we have managed to do that. So after completing that and getting ourselves another Skull Tooth, we only need 2 more to unlock the final level of the game. Oh boy, that's gonna be good. So now we can move on. My heart burns for you! So at the very end, Eatafup is gonna open the path to the boss. And this one is going to be wild. For those of you who are not familiar with the bosses in this game, trust me, this one is going to be wild. So at this level, we're going to be chased by these fiery dragons. And just got to do our best to maneuver through here and avoid getting hit. Ow, come on. Right, let's take the low path there. Just gotta be very careful to make sure we evade these guys. Just try to stay ahead and you should be good. Alright, we already missed a few of the goodies around here, but we should be fine. Depending on how things go. Let's take the low path here and... Oh, come on. Some of the paths you gotta take if you want to get all the Lums are a bit tricky here for obvious reasons. Come on. Woo! If you can do this perfectly, then kudos to you, because this is really tough to try and get everything. Right, try to speed up. And at the very end, we get swallowed up by the big boss. So now we're in the belly of the boss here, Stomako. And to deal with this guy, we gotta pull on his uvula-like thing to open up the path further into his guts. So we definitely got a pretty interesting setting here. It reminds me a lot of the boss in Yoshi's Island, where you get swallowed up by a frog and you have to fight him inside his stomach. This is a very interesting idea for a boss fight, and definitely one of my favorites from Yoshi's Island. That game is so good. I would definitely love to stream it on the channel sometime soon. It's actually been in a game I've been thinking of quite a lot very recently, because I felt the urge to just listen to the final boss theme from that game very recently, and it's so amazing. If you have not experienced the glory that is Yoshi Island's final boss fight, please do. It is such a phenomenal final battle. Aw, oh, man, we missed the King Lum there. I am tempted just to reset this position here. But yeah, this guy's stomach is definitely full of a lot of fire hazards. And at this point, I believe we are ready to head straight into the belly of the beast. So we got these weak points that we gotta strike every now and then. Well, I call them weak points. They look more like stomach ulcers, which I know definitely has some implications there. So you want to be very careful. Be sure that you are watching where the smoke is going, so that you know to evade the bad stuff here. So he'll just be constantly spewing fire all throughout his stomach region. There it is. Let's just pop another ulcer. Yeah, it is a pretty disturbing idea for a boss here, just smashing away his insides. But we should be good. This also reminds me of one of the boss fights in Cuphead's DLC, where you also get swallowed by one of the bosses, and then you have to beat him up from the inside. Alright, we're doing good. Just a little bit left to do to take care of this guy. So now his stomach acid is going to raise up. So gotta be very careful here. And then the big pot is going to fall down. So now we gotta ride the bubbles if we're gonna survive in here. So yeah, definitely upping the difficulty in this part, isn't it? Alright, there was a weak point, but just gonna have to wait. Luckily, this part really isn't too bad. Despite the perceived difficulty here, it's pretty simple. There it is. Just pop that last one. Oh boy, that's definitely causing a bad reaction. Well, only one way to go through his digestive tract now. Let's run. He's got to smash away all this debris that's clogging up his guts as we make our way through. Ow. Yeah, I definitely think I wasn't outrunning those flames. You gotta be quick here to make sure that we can outrun the flames. But we should be just about done our encounter with Stomako. Now we gotta just jump up the sides of his esophagus here, and we should be just at the end. Whoop. Nope. Ah, man, this guy's guts are just really twisting and turning, aren't they? The anatomy of this guy is crazy. Woo! Okay, we got a good amount of distance from the flames at this point. That coin is definitely really tricky, because you have to do, like, 2 jumps, like, in a row in order to get it. But we should be just about at the end here. Woo! I feel better now! Molto bene! Well, I'm very grateful I was able to help clear up your guts, my man. And thankfully, we got all the Electoons we need from the stage. But yeah, that was definitely one of the more memorable bosses in this game. I mean, Carnivore was pretty good. The Mockingbird was a little generic. But I definitely like the fight against El Stomaco. It is so creative, and I just really love it. But with that, we finished up Luscious Lakes. We actually managed to finish that one in pretty good time. So, how about we head off to Angsty Abyss, which is the next world we have to go to save the last of the monarchs. Alright, so we got ourselves the first stage here in the Abyss. We got Why So Crabby. To answer your question there, Jacob, this is the last of the worlds we needed to go in order to unlock the last world we have to go through. So, yeah, we still definitely have a lot we gotta see here. Judging from the music here, I'm gonna expect something coming up that's gonna be pretty wild. Ow. Back here underwater. Oh, come on. Yeah, but music around here is definitely a lot more ominous than what we have heard before. Whew. Very quickly slip on by those spikes. Alright, good. Feels nice to be back in the water, though. This is definitely another area that I really enjoyed the first time we were going through the water levels. Of course, we gotta go for this area with a lot more hazards that we gotta worry about. But I should definitely make great use of the water aesthetics we got here. We can slip down here to grab a pretty well-hidden skull coin. Very good. We got these little pests we gotta deal with every now and then. Ow, come on. Deflate, please. See, with the current around here, this is gonna make this part a little tricky, but we should be fine. I definitely really love the vibes of this level. Just the way all these underwater areas appear. So good. And obviously with me playing through Subnautica again recently, I've just been feeling really good with the underwater vibes. It's a setting I've always loved in like any piece of media I get to see. It's also pretty funny thinking about these areas. So pretty recently in my YouTube shorts recommendations that I've been getting lately, I've been getting a lot of shorts relating to nature documentaries. Mostly ones that have been narrated by David Attenborough, which, hard to believe that guy's now 100 years old. It's like, he's definitely such an icon when it comes to discussing a lot of the natural wonders of the world. So I've definitely been enjoying all of those. It's been a fun time getting to just see a lot of nature, especially from some of the documentaries that I have previously seen of his. And have been just such a fun experience to get to revisit. I really love nature documentaries, because I just love nature in general. Especially the ones that deal with underwater life, because I've just had such a deep fascination with the underwater environments and the creatures that live there for so many years. So I've definitely been getting a kick out of watching those recently. Okay, now we dealt with that. Should also give us a good checkpoint here in this section. So we shouldn't have to. worry too much about this. God, this current can be a little nasty here. It's also pretty interesting revisiting this level archetype, because very recently I've been definitely feeling like I want to do some swimming this year, considering that I haven't really been to any public pools or whatnot for so long. So I would definitely enjoy getting to have some time to swim. Alright, which of these paths we want to take here? Alright, it's obviously taking the low path. Ow, come on. Take that. Yeah, it'd also be good as just exercise for me, because I'm not exactly in the best shape of my life, and I would definitely like to try and fix that. Especially because I'm going to be 30-free by the end of this summer. That's just crazy to think about, for me personally. Just, wow. But, you know, that's just what we have to deal with as we get older. It gets harder and harder to stay healthy, you know? Yeah, we'll definitely see if I can and try and get some time spent swimming. That'll definitely be very good for me. Alright, we should be getting pretty close to the end here. Come on. So we still got a lot of Lums we still need to collect if we're going to get all the Electoons, but we got a good amount so far. Changing up to some of the more ominous music in this section of the game. Ooh. So of course we got a little secret in that little crevice. So around here we got these snapping, I want to say plants around here that we got to deal with. Just pop the base of them and you should be good. I got this crabby fellow over here. It's gotta go under him just when he raises legs, and we should get him. Nice. Bam. I'm also looking forward to this summer for a number of other reasons. Like, I'll probably get a chance to visit the cottage that my mom has been fixing up over the last couple of... Ow. Over the last couple of weeks. So that'll be very fun to get to visit that. Wow, there isn't anything hidden down there? Okay. Alright, managed to grab all this, and I got these big crabs I gotta worry about. Oh, come on. We should not have struggled so much with that guy. So able to grab a hand power here, which is obviously pretty nice for us. Ow. Hey, buddy, could you come over here? So I want to strike your underside. Oh, come on. Oh boy, for someone who really likes swimming, I've definitely been struggling at it in this world, haven't I? It's all good. We'll eventually make our way through this. Ow. Ah, jeez. Bam. we go. Okay, we have more than enough Lums at this point in order to get what we need, so let's just get out of here. Alright, and here's the end. There's definitely a lot of fish we gotta deal with in this part. And we got the crabs. Really shouldn't be too hard to get these guys here. Just gotta strike their underside to bash them away. Bam! And that takes care of those drab little crabs. Okay, sorry about the brief intermission. I was just checking up on something. Alright, so now we cleared up that level, we can move on to Scuba Shootout. So this one should be pretty fun. So got ourselves an underwater flight level, which, you know, an interesting contradiction there. Let's fly! At the very least, now that we have the mosquito, we should be able to handle the jellyfish a lot easier. It is very nice being able to finally take care of these enemies. Then, of course, we got the big eels we gotta worry about here. And some other things. I definitely like these sections, but they can be a little tense at points. And now we're heading into the Dark Abyss. So definitely gotta be careful here to make sure we don't get swatted by the giant dark hands. Just be careful, stay in the light, and you should be good. That king there. Thank you. Woo, that gets us a lot. Oh boy, we missed out on the Lums there. At least we can ricochet off those guys to get a good amount. This section is definitely a little stressful with just how dark it is and how many hazards are just gonna slip through the shadows to get you. Whoa. I definitely like this section, it's very hectic. Alright, we should be out of the Dark Abyss and into some friendlier waters here. We still need a lot more Lums if we're going to get to our goal here. Whoa, careful. At least I got a heart, so we can take another hit. Wow. There's a lot of Lums over here. Woo! Woo! Very good. So that's all the Lums we need to get the Electoons we need. And we are right at the end. Very nice. Woo! And we should be good. Oh, yeah. And after finishing up that one, what do we have for us next? That was definitely a very fun, but very hectic one. So now we can move on to Risky Ruin. Oh boy, another racing stage. We'll definitely see how this one will go. I don't really remember this one all too well, but if we're going to be chasing it underwater, it's definitely going to be pretty difficult. Let's just do our best. Ow. Alright, so we need short hops at that part, right. Oh, come on. I said short hops, not what that was. There we go. It's probably going to be a little quiet here so that I can concentrate on this race. Ow. Come on. We'll get this one. Don't worry. Good deal of the challenge of this one is just memorizing the exact moves you gotta take at each section. Especially when it comes to timing the short hops along with the tall hops you gotta do. Alright, we got that one, and we're heading underwater for this part of the chase. Uh-oh. Stream of fish coming at us. Gotta be very careful and quick in this part. Go! Oh, man, that was definitely hectic. To answer your question there, Jacob, I do have plans for what I'm going to be doing after Rayman. However, I am not going to disclose what that is just yet. I like to savor that for when we are all ready to get started on that particular stream series. But it should be a good one, trust me on that. It's definitely a game that I have a lot of good things to say about, so it's going to be real fun, I know. Oh, come on. Got skewered at just the exact same spot. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the L there. That was bad. Really? I mean, I'm not too surprised about these results. These levels are meant to be the most challenging in the game, as they're not required in order to finish the main story, but they are necessary if you want to experience everything the game has for you. And trust me, what we are eventually going to see after completing all these stages, it's going to be a doozy. Oh, come on. really wish I had an extra life at this part. So we should be good. Just gotta be really careful while we're underwater here. Very tight corridors you gotta go through. Then we got these guys. We're heading deep underwater. Whoa! The jellyfish you gotta watch out for. Oh, finally made it! At the very deep dark of the abyss. Alright, that is the penultimate skull tooth that we need to get in this adventure. Only one more remains, and then we'll finally be done with these accursed chests. It's all been fun. It's like, obviously, part of the fun of these games is beating the challenging levels, and that was definitely something. But now, time to head into Beware of Mini Murray. So, we're going to be fighting a miniature version of the hippo from the Sly Cooper games. Got it. So yeah, this should be an interesting level, from what I recall. Ow. Oh, come on. So this is definitely going to be a tense one we gotta go through, as the music is obviously telegraphing here. Ow, come on. It's got these fish that are going to be chasing us all throughout this section, so you gotta be very careful. Ah, I missed that coin. That's so bad. I mean, we just gotta keep moving, you know? Oh, I saw that coin down there. And we can't slip by to get that. Okay. Okay, how did I manage to do that? That was crazy. I should not have been able to get that. Okay, at least the music here is going to be peaceful. We got rid of some of the harder parts. We got a little bit of a breather here. I'm trying to think about what else we could talk about here. Based on just some other stuff I've been thinking about. Come on, what can we think about? Ooh, so we got ourselves a little maze section here. I feel like this section is definitely inspired by Pac-Man, just with, like, the aesthetic of the maze here. And I believe this big creep will try to follow you around here, so just be careful about that. Alright, that is the last of the enemies we gotta worry about, so we just need to grab the chest. There we go. Not too bad, all things considered. So I've definitely been thinking about some other games that I want to play recently. Just based on what I've been seeing a lot of streamers that I have followed been playing. And one thing I definitely want to do is, very soon I would like to revisit Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, due to the playthrough that Snapcube has been doing pretty recently, where she's going through that game for her first time. And it's been a real delight getting to see her play this game that I've obviously known about for so long. And I've had a lot of good memories with playing. So that'll be fun to do. Ow. So this part is gonna be a little tricky. So I got all these bouncy, spiky fish we gotta deal with here. As long as you're careful and speedy in the right ways, you should be good. Yeah, this one is a bit nasty. Come on. Interesting you would suggest that there, Jacob. So yeah, I have actually a bean 1,000-year door pretty recently. Definitely like to return to that game pretty soon, though. I have been thinking about returning to it because it is so good. Easily one of my favorite of the GameCube era games, and the Switch remake is definitely a fun time. I just had a lot of other priorities lately that I wanted to tackle, so not going to be going into that anytime soon. Ow. Wow, thanks for bursting my bubble there, Mr. Chompy Plant. So I definitely want to strike the cores of these guys so that they stop messing with ya. Alright, there's a coin past this guy. Just slip on past his head. Oh yeah, the Pit of 100 Trials, that thing is just brutal. I did play that section briefly just so that I could get the inventory upgrade you can get there. That was pretty good. But obviously, getting through that thing in order to take care of not one but two super bosses. Yeah, that's definitely a lot you gotta deal with. Still a good time, all things considered, and definitely test your knowledge of the game's battle mechanics in a really good way. Ow. So I can definitely see this part's gonna be annoying. Can I please hold on to the heart for 1 second, game? Whoa. Ow. Ooh, careful. I want to try and take it a bit slow here, since rushing has been a little painful to me in this part. Whoop. I don't believe that the falling rocks will block anything off in this section. At least I don't believe so. But you can never tell with this game. Sometimes they'll just pull something out on you at the... that you don't suspect, like that part! You big, mean beastie. Get out of here with that. Oh, it does look like those rocks will block off something at the bottom. So I probably missed out on just like a coin at the bottom. Alright, there's a bunch of Lums trapped down there. So yep, you can miss out on a bit of Lums if you don't go all the way to the bottom. But we should be good. Alright, this guy is definitely trying to hunt us down here. Which, you know, definitely gotta give him kudos for his persistence, even though it's a little annoying to me. Okay, we got enough Lums that we should be able to get all of the Electoons. So let's just try to get through here. Actually, have I gotten all the Electoons at this point? Ow! Okay, there's just a tooth over here we can get. So, we didn't have to go over this way after all. But, you know, extra Lums are always good. And then we got these guys to deal with right before the end here. Come on. Alright, we should have enough to get the medal too. Very good. And we are done. Woo boy. That was definitely a very hectic one, but we made it through in the end. I've definitely been appreciating the added difficulty of these worlds, because it made the gameplay definitely pretty exhilarating. Same time, it's been super stressful having to do these worlds and make sure we finish them with enough Lums to get all the Electoons we need. But at the very least, we got ourselves another medal, so that's good. And I believe we are ready to take on the last level of this world. Oh boy. So at the very end, we can see a net of fish, as well as the boss, Murray of the Deep. Starting off in the aquatic village over here. So we saw a good deal of Globox's species actually inhabiting this area. So it's pretty cool getting to see them be a part of this world here. But yeah, we definitely got ourselves a big guy to deal with here. Definitely want to make sure we have enough things here. I think I can actually see some of the toads around here in the background. Yep. They're just chilling here while we're going through things. At the very least, we did a good job clearing up most of the hazards in this area, so the toads should be able to live pretty peaceful lives here from now on without having to worry about the nightmares trying to ruin things for them. Uh-oh. We got ourselves a giant eel to deal with here. Several giant eels. Oh, come on. Alright, let's head back down. We will get through this point at some point. Yeah, when even the spiky invincible fish are scared, that lets you know we are in for the long haul. Got these giant eels chasing after us in this section. It's got to be very careful maneuvering through here. Oh, come on. Oh, of course there wasn't a checkpoint. Ah, man. Trying to think about what else we can talk about during this part. Well, I guess I could say that recently I've actually been trying to do a few runs of Star Fox 64. Now that the new game in the Star Fox series has been announced, I wanted to go back to 64 and actually get a good shot of playing through that game. And it's been pretty fun so far. I wouldn't say I'm like really an expert at that particular game at the moment, but I've been trying to have fun. Come on! excited for the new Star Fox game. You know, even if it is just a remake of Star Fox 64, which we've already done, like, what? 2 times already? Between, like, the 3DS version and then the Star Fox Zero basically being a spiritual successor to Star Fox 64. With the way it repeats the... Oh, come on! Can I get that heart, please? Thank you. Alright, let's just get through here. Alright, there's a coin there we're gonna miss, but just want to move on. Alright, at least we were able to avoid the eels, but we got ourselves a big fight here. At the very darkest depths of the abyss, we have the boss, Creviton. We got ourselves a big sea dragon that we gotta deal with. This guy will be swimming around here, and then he'll try to attack us from all different angles. So definitely be careful. He'll also spit out these little guys in order to try and get us every now and then. So definitely gotta watch out for that. Oh, thankfully we got a checkpoint here. Yeah, definitely gotta be careful with this guy. Just avoid Creviton's mouth as well as the little guy, and you should be fine. We're pretty familiar with traveling in the water, so just do your best to evade his attacks, and you should be good. I believe that this guy will travel in a set path, depending on how things go here. Alright, let's strike from... No, not that angle. Come on. Alright, its weakness appeared on its tail again. Bam! So I'm not sure how many hits we still gotta do. Right there! Oh, that part is nasty. You gotta strike him right in the center of its mouth when it's charging at you. This fight honestly reminds me a bit of one of the bosses from Metroid Prime 4. The fight against that giant monster that you fight in the lava world at the end of that section. With the way you have to strike him in the mouth at the very end. That just kind of making me think about that particular boss fight. There we go. Strike that part. Then shouldn't be much longer here, depending on how this goes. So I believe it's gonna make like a figure 8 path here at this point. So just want to get the way here. Alright, that part we need to get to the tail. Ah, darn it. Oh yeah, that's definitely a very fun game. So I have uploaded VODs from when I played that game on Twitch years ago, but I would like to actually stream that game here on YouTube, because I just feel like I'd be able to have a better quality series of videos if I were to do it now. But yeah, it's definitely a fun game. I actually replayed it pretty recently, so definitely nice to get to think back on that. Yeah, easily the most tricky part of this battle is that Creviton's jaws will just snap open really wide and just hit you when you are least expecting it. This guy is definitely nasty. It's not too bad, all things considered, but you do want to be careful. Ow! Come on! didn't even make it to the second phase that time. There we go. Alright. Oh yeah, that DLC is definitely pretty interesting. I like the levels on the ship. Especially the one where you have to, like, do a bunch of tasks in rapid succession. Oh man, that level is so stressful, but so good at the same time. So good. Oh yeah, the time stop ability is really good. Definitely makes a lot of sections in that game a lot easier. Which I know is always good with those kind of games. Obviously, my favorite part of the game is definitely the metro area, where you become indebted to the mob and are just trying to navigate through the different subway tunnels while trying to pay off your debt. Oh man, that is so good. Okay. Hope that we can get through this section of the Creviton fight a bit easier. I think we got his weak point coming up. There we go. And then the next strike is going to be directly in the center of his mouth. Just strike him right there. And we're done. You saved me! So yep, the sea dragon turned out to just be a tiny shrimp all along. And with that, we have finally saved the 4 monarchs. It feels so good to have finally accomplished our goal here. And we got a medal for our troubles as well. Honestly, not too bad with how much trouble I've had in this level. Alright, so now that we managed to take care of that, and managed to defeat all the bosses, only one path remains for us. The Moody Clouds. However, at this point, we've been streaming for nearly half an hour. We managed to take care of 2 worlds in this game. I feel like now is a pretty good stopping point. So we should hopefully be getting a stream in pretty soon next week. So we're probably only going to do 1 stream session because I am going to be very busy next week. So not a whole lot of time for streams, but I'll try to do one pretty soon. So next time on Rayman Origins, we're going to be heading to Moody Clouds and hopefully the final battle of the game. Until next time, have a good day and take care.